Welcome to this episode which will have principle of design. Arrangement and use of element of design in an artwork is principle of design.
After knowing a lot about elements of design, let's talk about principle of design. Principle of design plays an important role in designing. Not only in clothing, it also plays an important role in architecture and other designing as well. So today we'll talk about how principle of design is there in nature and how it is used. I will tell you about the relationship between principle of design and element of design as well. So please watch my video until the end to know everything about principle of design.
Hi friends, my name is Debolina, professionally a fashion designer, married to my best friend who's also a fashion designer, proud daughter of two superheroes. If you're watching my video for the first time, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also press the bell icon to get further notification. My channel Design Buddy comprises of fashion designing and scope of fashion designing. In every video you'll get new things about fashion design. So please to subscribe to my channel. It has come up with free online course. So please register into that course. You'll get the form in the description box below. You just have to click on the link given in the description box as well as it is given in the message box. Please do register to the course. We'll start with balance. Distribution of interest or visual weight in an work. Balance is further distributed in two parts: asymmetrical balance and symmetrical balance. For example, if we cut ourselves in half, we can see symmetry, both the sides of hand, eyes and everything. For example, if something has an asymmetrical balance, as the visual weight is put in one side and on the other side it is subtracted, then it is asymmetrical balance. You can see the pictures which I have shown in the screen for further understanding.
Symmetrical balance is observed in architecture as well as in the interior. As you can see in the picture, it shows the same. Now we'll talk about radial balance and biaxial symmetry. If you see in the picture, it is readily shown that. Now we'll talk about near symmetry and inverted symmetry. In this, the symmetry is balanced in an inverted way. Now we'll talk about asymmetrical balance with shape. As you can see in the picture, the shapes are so arranged that it is asymmetrical balanced. Now we'll talk about asymmetrical balance in architecture, interior and nature. You can see in the picture that asymmetrical balance is seen. Now we'll talk about balance using textures. As you can see in the picture, different textures create a balance. Now we'll talk about balance using colors. The colors are so balanced that it creates a balanced outlook. Now balance using shapes. The shapes are so balanced that it forms symmetrical balance, asymmetrical balance, radial balance, hierarchy, proximity, contrast, alignment and repetition. Now we can see in the picture that the element of design space is used for balance. Now we'll talk about garments using balance. As we can see in the pictures, either symmetrically balanced or asymmetrically balanced, but it is properly balanced.
Then the next principle is contrast. It's a combination of opposing elements. With the pictures here, you can see the contrast in the composition. So contrast is used to highlight some particular objects.
Contrast in colors. A focal point is created by contrasting the color. Now we can see that contrast is created in textures, and that's how it is differentiated. The contrast is created in size and shape. Same element is used in different size and shape. Now in the pictures we can see that contrast is created in space. The space is arranged in that way Now we'll talk about garments which follows the principle of contrast. As we can see in the pictures, there are contrasting colors and contrasting elements highlighting some part of the garment.
Next is emphasis. Emphasis is created by visual reinforcement. If we want to focus some part of the artwork and we want to show that part to the viewer, that is our emphasis.
Now as we can see on the screen that a simple line is just written in 2 font size. So our eyes is intended to see the bigger font first. In this typography, it is intended to focus on the art written and also to the font which is bigger. And then automatically our eyes will focus on the smaller fonts. Thus, it creates an emphasis on the word art. These 2 pictures have some intention of creating emphasis. Though similar objects are used, then also it creates an emphasis and we focuses at some point. Now you can see on the screen there are few architecture which was created by keeping emphasis in mind. In these architecture, specific areas have been emphasized and principal emphasis has been used. Now let us talk about garments on emphasis. Even if in simple garment with single color, some area or the other are highlighted with different thing. As we can see on the picture, some part either with 3D flower or embroidery or 3D printing or some kind of surface ornamentation or printing, it is emphasized and highlighted.
Next principle is movement. It is the visual flow of the composition. The movement will help the viewer to move their eyes from one point to the other.
There are different pictures which will tell us from which point to which point our eye should move. Now we can see in the pictures that movement is used in architectures as well. These buildings have used movement as their principle. Now we'll talk about garments on movement. There are few garments which will tell us from where our eyes should move and to where it should focus. It creates a focus point by creating a movement in the garment. Our next principle of design is proportion. Proportion is very important, and as we can see that everything in this world existent or which we create have a proportion to one another. As we can see on the picture, there's a man standing near the boot and there's a head lying near a woman. It is really out of proportion. That's why the picture is looking so odd. Now, if we see on the screen that few pictures having the similar elements with proper proportion and scale creates an impact in the mind of the viewer and the picture looks visually balanced. In the left picture, the picture is so taken that the family is being focused and it is proportionally correct. And the picture on the right shows different size plates with the food inside. So basically, at least to have a visual balance, plate should be proportionate to the food. So all the 3 pictures are not correct, only the middle picture is correct. So to give you an idea of good scale and bad scale, the left picture shows good scale with the furniture placed proportionate, and the right picture shows the furniture is out of proportion and it creates a visually disbalanced. Now as we can see 3 picture with similar kind of furnitures with just one chair with just one furniture replaced. I have marked the furniture with yellow as you can see. So basically the left side and the middle is not properly proportioned according to the other furnitures and the right one is properly furniture. Similarly, you can see 3 similar pictures with the table changed. So the middle one is correct and the left and the right one is not proportioned with the other furnitures. Now we'll talk about Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series has a proportion of 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Now you can see the squares form in the screen. These squares are used to create proper spiral. You can see in the picture that spirals are created with the help of this sequence. This sequence is used in other objects as well. Now we can see that The golden ratio is used for our teeth, for our hand, as well as for flowers also. So basically, even if things which are prevalent in nature have this proportion, we use different size paper like A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8. So these also follow the same series. Even the bone of our hand follows the same series. Even if we see the logo of Apple, it follows the same proportion. The golden ratio is also followed in different architectures. These architectures are created with the ratio so that it is visually proportionate and looks good. Now we'll talk about different garments which have proportion in it. As you can see in the pictures, the panels, the skirt and the top and also the printing, they are all visually proportioned and scaled properly. If it is not scaled properly, then the garment will look out of focus, and that is not our agenda.
Next principle is rhythm. The repetition of similar element of design in an artwork is called rhythm.
Now we can see that the principal rhythm is used by repeating similar object. There is no abrupt change in the visuals. So a rhythm is followed in creating the visual. Now we can see there is a gradation of color and gradation of object in the left and the right picture, which create a rhythmic outlook. Again, if we see these three pictures, it creates a gradation and it focuses on one particular point. The gradation is created either with colors or with shape. There is a rhythm to it and it is not abruptly changed. Now we can see the rhythmic radiation. If we see the circular arrangement, it is changing in a rhythmic way. So even in the architecture, there is a rhythm to it. Now let's talk about these three pictures. In nature, if we see leaf, the leaf also have a rhythmic change. It has a circular change, but it is changing in a rhythm. Even the other two pictures says the same story. In this, rhythm is created by using opposite elements. If we see that this room has lines and shapes and everything which is opposing each other, and it is creating a rhythm out of it. In this picture, if we see the different elements in one picture is opposite to the other, and by opposing each other only, they are creating a rhythm. In this picture, we can see rhythm by transition. It is changing from one point to other. For example, either it is changing from black, which is absence of color, from white, which is present of all colors. Even the shapes are decreasing and increasing in size. Now we'll talk about garments on rhythm. Even the garments which have prints or some elements have a rhythmic flow. If we abruptly finish the garment, then it looks very incomplete. So it should have a rhythmic flow to it.
Next element is harmony. It brings out composition of related elements.
We can see in the picture, harmony is created by unity. All the pencils are arranged so that a harmony is created in the picture. Now in these pictures, we have lots and lots of colors, but it unitedly creates an harmony and it is very pleasing to the eye. If we look into the architecture and the buildings, harmony is created by uniting similar objects, so to create a pleasant outlook to the eye. Now harmony is created by variety. If we see in the picture that one set of furniture matches with each other and the other set matches with each other, contrasting the two set of furniture, but still it creates an harmony in the color. Now if we see the picture, we can say that both the picture have unity as well as variety. Like for the first picture, the unity is the color and variety is the shape. For the second picture, the unity is the shape and the variety is the color. But both of them creates an harmony. Now as we see the 6 pictures, these have variety of contrasting elements in one picture creates an harmony and it is very much pleasant to the eye. Now we can see some of the architecture which have variety but still the end products creates an harmony and it is very pleasant to the eye. Now we'll talk about the garment which follows the principle harmony. in harmony, the end product should look pleasant to the eye. It can be created by unity or similar objects, and it can be created by variety or different objects. But the end product should have harmony to it.
Unity is my next principle. Unity is created by using harmonious similarity or repetition.
Now we'll talk about unity in garments. Unity is the similar objects or repetition used to create any type of look. As we can see on the picture that different garments have similar color, and it creates an unity without focusing any part.
Now as we come to the end of principle of design, I hope you have understood what element of design and principle of design means. If you have any suggestion for us, kindly drop your comments in the description box below. We'll accept your comment and give new and improved videos every time. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you in my next video. Until then, goodbye.